Ethan Carter I didn't know, but he knew who I was. When the police won't help you and the priests don't believe you, you call on Paul Prospero. You call on me. If you're a kid like Ethan, you're right, plenty do. Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail, but soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about. There are places that exist that very few people can see. Ethan could have drawn a map. I hadn't entered Red Creek Valley yet, but already I could feel its darkness reaching out for me. Finding Ethan Carter wasn't going to be as easy as knocking on his door. I was too late for that. To find Ethan, I had to figure out what this place was trying to hide from me.
What is going on, guys? Craig 1287 here, bringing you not Battlefield gameplay, but some footage of, as you can probably already tell, a incredibly, stunningly beautiful game called The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. This game recently released on the PC on Steam. I have no clue if there are any plans to bring this game to the consoles. This game looks stunning. I'm sure the consoles could pull this off, though. This is running on Unreal Engine 3, but the level of detail in this game is just amazing. This game is developed by a group developers called The Astronauts, and now this guy's going to be talking here in a bit. You can read this stuff. I'm going to try to keep this relatively spoiler-free. I'm going to not show anything that really ruins anything. This is just the pure beginnings of the game. Nothing is going to be super spoiled here. And I'll show a little bit of the gameplay. But this game is very similar to, as you saw there at the start, this does not hold your hand. It's a very cinematic, story-driven experience. It's similar to Dear Esther. In fact, visually, I mean, this experience was very similar to Esther, in that you are in this incredibly beautifully crafted place, and you're just kind of going along. But this is much more of a game. Often people say that Dear Esther, similarly to Gone Home, are non-games or something like that. This definitely is much more so. There's a lot of interactivity. You're solving this crime. Obviously there's some blood here, and the way in which you go about these mechanics are very awesome. It doesn't really ever tell you what you have to do. In this game you really got to figure out what you want to do. You have to find these things visually. They're not going to just pop out and glow for you. You've got to find all these different things, like the train, and it starts out very easy, but over time it definitely gets very difficult. And you'll do these little visions here, and you'll see what it is that you need to progress. And here you see it's this crankshaft, and you actually have to pay attention to the visuals around you, because that's going to tell you where this is located. And this is something that is a recurring gameplay mechanic throughout the game. At this point, I didn't know I could stop it at any point. I'm figuring this game out. I didn't even look at the controls before getting to this point. I just heard about it. I watched a trailer on it, fell in love with the visuals and the fact that it was a detective kind of game. I love Sherlock kind of stuff. I love that sleuthing aspect, and when I heard the way that they were going about this, I just instantly fell in love. Had to buy the game at full price just to show my support. And I'm showing my support again to The Astronauts. Those are the developers behind it. These guys are comprised of 3 individuals. They're the original founders of People Can Fly. They made Painkiller, Bulletstorm, and Gears of War Judgment. Those 3 games, while all very pretty games in their own regards, completely different than what this game was. I mean, I was blown away when I heard that this game, it's definitely violent, as you can tell. There's a lot of gore in this. But I mean, those games are very action, kind of bro gamer. In a way, they poke fun at bro gamer. Bulletstorm is definitely not taking itself seriously. It's a very satirical title. but it's still very over the top. This is just totally not what I would have expected from these guys. And so here I found the crime scene, in a sense, but it's not fully finished. These kind of things are popping up, but I got a feel for the crime scene is not complete. And that's one of the things I saw in one of the trailers, is you have to make sure that crime scenes are exactly how they were when the crime occurred. So that's at which point I realized, okay, I've got to figure things out. I'm near the water. Let's go find this crankshaft. Now, these guys that made this game, like I said, it's made on Unreal Engine 3. It's very much a budget game. I mean, again, 3 people made it. It's only a $20 game, but I highly encourage you guys to go check this out if it piques your interest. If you're wanting, Call of Duty, Gears of War, Battlefield, constant action, Twitch-based shooter, you really want to show your skill and up your KD, then this is not for you. I am always interested in these kind of experiences. I really wish I had an Oculus Rift to be playing this in. This game is just simply stunning. The music is beautiful, but the attention to detail, it's amazing. I'm blown away by how well this game runs and how good this looks. If there's any time you've ever had an argument with someone that claims video games are not art, this right here is one of those games that is just perfect to prove them wrong and to kind of get them into it. I mean, the mechanics are very simple. You can crouch, you can sprint, you can move, look around, and you can inspect. And it is just, it's pure mental capacity to solve these puzzles, to sleuth your way, look around, find those things that stand out. And it's a pretty weird game from this one thing I experienced. I'm going to include it at the very end. I'm going to give a big spoiler warning because it's something that if you guys plan on purchasing this game, do not watch. Do not watch it, but if you guys are just, let's just watch this video, it's kind of cool, never going to purchase it, or, I'll wait for it to go to $5 on Steam and I'll buy it just to support the developers, but I won't actually play it, then watch it, just because it's so crazy what happens. I mean, I didn't know if this was an Easter egg or if it was something that was actually something that was required to progress the plot. I'm still not exactly sure, but it's mind-blowing. It's like watching 2001: A Space Odyssey, Kubrick, kind of a Kubrickian film. I mean, it's amazing the details that are in this. So, guys, check this out on Steam if you do want to get it. I'll have a link to its Steam page in the video description below. But I mean, if you want to buy it, do not watch the ending part when I throw up those big spoiler tags, because when these things happen, when you stumble on these things yourself, when it is your own motivations that drive you to these things, it's just so crazy. It's so cool. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay so far. I hope you guys go out and buy this game. Like finding this rock, you could have easily just missed that. I actually almost did. I went to this tree stump and almost didn't see it. You can miss so many things in this game if you are not attentive. That point at which I found that rock is the point at which I really got the mindset that, alright, there's very small details. They were accurate in their statements that this game does not hold your hand. The fact that they say that at the start is just awesome. I mean, when you go to their website and you read details about this game, when you're reading the About Us, I mean, they straight up say at the top of About Us that this is a game that is to be played with the lights off in your room by yourself with headphones on. I'm thoroughly impressed by what these guys have done, and I do not regret this purchase at all. So hope you guys have enjoyed the gameplay so far. Enjoy watching me try to figure this out. and get this situation as it was when the crime occurred. And if you do end up watching the gameplay at the very end, I hope you enjoy that. But I hope you do actually end up buying this game at some point, if it's your thing. Hope you guys enjoy all of it. Have a good one. Ta-ta.
Get out of my room, Travis!
Stories, stories. Always with the stories.
Get out!
I read the Fangs one. I liked the Beast. At least he gets to leave this goddamn place.